Joining us now is Lisa McClain, chair of the House Republican Conference from the great state of Michigan, and Steve Moore, host of More Money on WABC Radio and co-author of The Trump Economic Miracle, somewhere in the Washington, D.C., no, maybe Virginia, no, maybe Maryland. There's no telling where he is. Anyway, Ms. McClain, welcome back to the show. I guess I'd ask how'd you do it, although there's been quite a few discussions about phone calls and coming back and this and that and to and fro. But let me ask you something. The big issue right now, which is an important one to supply-siders like Steve Moore and myself and Art Laffer, can you make all of the Trump tax cuts permanent? Can you do it? Senators say that's what they want. Senators say a lot of things. Senators said you couldn't get a big fat bill together, and you did. So who knows? But I would like to see one big beautiful bill with one big beautiful tax cut made permanent. Can you do it, ma'am?
Well, I'm an optimist by nature. I think we can do it. No one thought we could do what we did last night, but we did it. We came together and we passed the budget resolution. So I'm excited. Is there work to be done? Absolutely, there's work to be done. Is it going to be messy at times? Yeah, it is. But we're going to get the American people to a better place, which is what they elected us to do in the first place. And what I would say is this. Listen to what we're talking about right now, Larry. We're talking about tax cuts. The Democrats want to talk about not, letting them continue on and not giving Americans tax cuts. We're talking about how do we pay for these tax cuts? We're talking about how do we have pay-fors? How do we do this in a responsible manner? I mean, goodness gracious, we haven't talked about things this optimistic since Christ was a kid. We are on the right path. We just now need to get to work and keep it going.
You know, Steve Moore, it's interesting. I happen to like budget pay-fors. In other words, if you raise spending here, you should cut spending there. Maybe even 2% or $2 for every spending hike. But tax cut pay-fors, I don't know, Steve. I think you got a problem here. I hate to see the Republicans give up on the Laffer curve. I hate to see the Republicans give up on the idea of Mike Crapo's policy budget. Was done under Obama. I don't see why it can't be done again. One other thing Mike Crapo has taught us legally as part of reconciliation law, and Crapo knows this stuff, it's that what the budget committees decide to do. Those are the baselines. You can have a baseline that's long, short, neutral, whatever. But that's just, I don't want to see him get shortchanged. I don't like the idea of linking pay-fors to the tax side, Steve Moore. That troubles me.
So, first of all, I want to congratulate Lisa McClain. Fantastic job. Yesterday was a unbelievably important red letter day for America. We're over a big hump here, Larry. It was one vote, but we got this thing done. So, Lisa, congratulations and congratulations. I love the Speaker of the House. He did an amazing job. And I think Donald Trump may have intervened at the last minute to get this done, which is fantastic with some phone calls. So it's a great team. And so I love this. One of the things I told Speaker Johnson, we met yesterday, he started out this meeting saying, his cost $4 trillion. And I just stopped him right there. I said, Mr. Speaker, I love you. You're fantastic. But stop. And Lisa, you did this too. Don't talk about, that this is going to cost money. All we're doing here is preventing a $4 trillion tax increase, which is what Larry was talking about earlier. And that's what apparently the Democrats are for. This very significantly raises the odds, Larry, that we're going to get this thing done. So I'm happy. I think it was a really important day. And stick with this program and let's get it done. I'm very wary. The one thing I worry about, Larry, a little bit, and I want to make sure that the chairwoman understands this. I'm a little bit worried about some of our conservative friends, Larry, who still want to kind of hold the tax cut hostage to all these spending cuts. I don't think that's it. Let's just get this tax cut done now, and then let's cut the budget.
Well, they're the ones on Mr. Trump's phone call list. He's got them on speed dial.
Yeah, right.
That's the way this is going to have to work. Lisa, I do want to ask you about Doge. Doge brothers, Doge cuts, Doge dividends, Doge debt pay down. Do you visualize any Doge in this budget package when it finally gets put together?
Well, everything is on the table. That's the beauty of what we're doing right now. We're not talking about what we won't do. We're talking about how do we get to a yes? How do we move forward? So right now, where we stand right now, I think everything's on the table. And why shouldn't it be?
I saw a poll. I don't remember which website, but I saw a poll that showed how popular Doge dividends are among people. I mean, very, like, close to 60% popular. Now, I know not everything is possible in these things, but it's just something to consider. Anyway, I will echo what Steve said. Congratulations. You beat the odds. You beat the odds of all the liberal punditry in Washington, D.C. You even beat the odds of the Republicans in the Senate, which I think I liked even more. So, Lisa McClain, thanks so much. Steve Moore, appreciate it very much. All right, coming up here on